I am so grateful to all of you who commented on my last video about latchkey kids not being a flex. Thank you so much. I love having open and transparent conversations. I love to hear your experiences, your thoughts, your insights. Even if we don't agree with each other, I think it's totally okay, and it's important to have these conversations because Gen X for way too long has been silenced, truly silenced, and to the point where sometimes we don't even know what our true feelings are. We don't even know what our likes and dislikes are, like honestly, authentically, because we were sort of told how to think, told how to feel, or told what we could and could not say, how to feel, how not to feel, to the point where we just stuffed it all down. And I wanted to talk about one of the comments that was made on that video. And this isn't to call anybody out or criticize. I actually think it's a good topic to talk about because it's so common among Gen Xers. And that is the concept of being strong. My latchkey kid experience has made me stronger. Someone had said that, to the point where it was easy for them to just deal with things that were going on in today's world. It didn't really bother them because they were made stronger by their trauma or experiences as a child and being a latchkey kid. I so feel you on that. I so feel you on that. Like that is it's so common for Gen Xers to say that we are strong and that we are resilient and that we are independent. And don't get me wrong, those are all good qualities. They're not negative qualities to have if we're using them in a healthy way. But there is a point where independent, resilient, and strong go to an unhealthy place. And I'm just here today to ask my Gen Xers to really think about this, like reflect on maybe where that's showing up in your life. If you're dealing with maybe some mental health issues, maybe you're, really feeling disconnected in relationships, you're feeling numb to everything, you have physical symptoms, think about, are you at the point where strength and resilience and independence have gotten to an unhealthy point? And I'm with you. I had to unravel and unpack this shit for years because we get so used to it that it becomes our normal. And that's the filter that we see the world through. We just assume that nobody gives a shit what we think. We just assume that what we say is not going to matter. We assume we don't have a right to feel a certain way, or we don't dare express it because somebody's going to get upset. We were told, don't air out your dirty laundry. Don't tell people how you really feel. They don't care, or don't burden them with your stuff, right? And certainly don't burden your parents with it. They don't have time for that. Suck it up and deal with it. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Get over it. It's not all about you. The world doesn't revolve around you. Did any of you hear those things like on repeat growing up? Yep, I did. And so we just learned to stuff it down, or just deny it outright, to the point where as adults, we don't even know what we really think or feel anymore. We have to question ourselves and second guess ourselves. So over time, we can become bitter and angry, or we can become frustrated, or we become really jaded, or we just withdraw completely and don't want to interact with people, or we don't want to interact with the world. We just pretend like it doesn't bother us. And some of y'all may truly be unbothered, and I just give you a high five. That is freaking awesome if you've truly gotten to that unbothered point. And truly unbothered, not just I don't give a shit. It's like truly you don't care. I'm partially there. I'm working on this all the time to get to that unbothered place because I feel like life is too short, and I can't believe we're already in our 50s and 60s. Why do I want to spend any more time questioning myself, holding back what I feel, not saying what I think, and not living a life that's really authentically me? But first I had to figure out what the fuck is authentically me. What do I really want? Who am I really? And that it's okay. I don't have to just say, fine, when somebody asks me how I am. I'm going to tell you the truth. If you don't want to hear it, you don't have to listen, or you can walk away. But guess what? I get to say what I want to say, and it's okay. And I am a safe space to listen to you. So if I ask you how you are and you tell me you're not okay, I am here to listen. I think it takes so much strength. It's strong as fuck. I had to unravel, unpack, and redefine my definition of strength. And it's strong as fuck to be vulnerable and express how you feel. First of all, to name it, and then to express it. Whether that's needing a hug, whether that's crying, there's nothing weak about this. I used to think that strength meant I never cried. I never asked for a hug. I never asked for help. I just did it all on my own, put my head down and just did it. Never asked for support. I just didn't need other people. So if relationships went wrong, I never looked at, gee, what part did I play in that? Or maybe I was, giving too much to people who didn't really deserve my time, or getting into relationships with people I didn't really align with, right? Or trying to fix people. I would come in and not only like have my own problems, but I try to solve their problems too, because I was strong. I'm the strong one. How many times did you hear that? You're so strong. I know you can handle it. I'm just going to give you this one more thing because you can handle it. Like, that's a joke for Gen Xers at work. We did all the work, or we did the lion's share of the work because everybody just gave it to us. They knew we just put up, shut up, and get it done, and then pile more on us because we didn't have the balls to say, yeah, no, I'm good. Put up the boundaries and say, I'm overwhelmed. I'm stressed. I have enough on my plate. I don't want to do this. It's out of my job description. I don't want to do this. Because like, nope, you just got to do it. Give it your all. And there's nothing wrong with give it your all, by the way. There's nothing wrong with, giving 100% and doing things well. But there is a place for doing what you want to do. There is a place for finding peace and joy in your life. You get to have this shit. Our parents certainly got to have it. They didn't even feel like parenting half the time. I know some of them were single parents and worked 3 jobs like mine, and the other parent just wasn't really showing up. But some of them just didn't want to really parent, so they would just kind of hang out and do their own thing. If they were watching their soap operas, they were on the phone smoking their cigarettes and talking to their friends. They went out to the bar at night and left the oldest kid to watch all the rest. Like, all of these things, like, they had no problem putting up boundaries. And I'm not saying we should do that. I definitely think there's a place for balance where we do show up for our kids. We do create a safe space. We do guide them and be there for them. But we also can create a space where we love what we do for a career. We don't have to just put up and shut up because it makes sense and it makes money and it's the responsible right thing to do. You can say that you want a career that fulfills you. You can say that you want to still have hobbies that make you happy, make you smile, even if you have grown-up adult responsibilities. You can say that you want friends and family around you who lift you up, who really you feel like you're connected with on a deeper level, and you don't have time for gossip and bullshit and backstabbing. And if they're not, supportive of your life, you get to walk away and say, you know what, I'm not here for this. You don't have to be strong and put up with shit you hate just because you think you have to be a Gen Xer and you have to be independent. You have to do it all on your own. You take on extra and you take on everything else. You get to enjoy this life. If you're feeling bitter, angry, frustrated, tired, just like, ugh, I'm done. Life doesn't have to be a bitch and then you die. That's such a bullshit line we were told. Fuck that. You don't have to be strong as we knew it. You can redefine strength, which means you get to cry if you need to cry. Like I said, you get to ask for a hug. You get to go practice your self-care. You're feeling tired, you get to sleep. You get to do what you need to do. You get to say, I need help. I need support. You get to ask for it. You don't have to figure it all out on your own. That's strong as fuck. You get to be vulnerable and say when you're not okay. That's strong as fuck. You get to stand up for what you believe in a world that's still telling you to shut up. And people are still giving you shit. And people are saying, oh, you're just triggered. You don't have to, everyone's offended. Everyone's just, you know what? Maybe sometimes that's just people standing up for themselves. It's not offended. It's just people don't want to put up with some shit anymore. Who said we had to put up with it? I think that's pretty badass, actually. That's pretty strong. So know that sometimes you don't have to be resilient. You can say, that sucked, that hurt, cut the shit. That's not okay, right? We want our kids to see us, that they get to be who they truly are, stand up for that, but they can still be kind and compassionate. That's strong as fuck too, to say, I care about you, I'm here for you, and, I'm a safe space if you need someone to talk to, or, wow, that person's going through some stuff, and not assuming they're just, I don't know. It takes a lot. It takes a lot in this world to be strong in a new way. Let me know what you feel about that in the comments. And I love you guys. And stay strong, but stay vulnerable, because that's strong as fuck.